Good afternoon. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the notification bell. And we have a special quality check for you. It's a quality check with the Model Y. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So all right, we got ourselves yet another quality check. And these are brand new fourth quarter vehicles. Just been dropped off, coming to you straight from the Fremont factory with the updated interior and the new headlights that are on all Model Ys. So let's start off by looking at the left side, and this happens to be the performance. I'm seeing a lot of performances out here, a lot of deliveries for fourth quarter. So I think fourth quarter is going to be a blowout quarter where Tesla is going to be selling well above estimates. So moving along to the left side of this Model Y, and what we're looking for is any paint discoloration, scratches from the left side to the hood to the bumper, and we're looking for any gaps that may seem out of place. Now on to the right side. So far so good, and that's what we want to see. All right, taking a look at the driver's side wheel and the driver's side door. It's nice and tight, and that's what we want to see. Here's a look at the brand new interior. Beautiful. Now let's take a look at this driver's side door handle here. And it is flush. Let's see if it's flush, and it is flush. Let's check this over here to see if it's flush, and it is flush. Beautiful. But this gap over here on the left side, which seems to be a common problem, let's check to see how big the gap is. And I brought this with me. It's an instrument to measure the gaps. And it measures it in digital. Let's make it on millimeter right here. Let's reset it to 0. And let's go and let's see what size of this gap. Okay, so this is about 4.6 millimeters, which isn't that bad. Let's check this gap over here, and it's about 3 millimeters. See, I'm only concerned with gaps that are bigger than 6 or 5 millimeters. But if it's 1%, 1 per millimeter off of a gap, then I'm not going to be too concerned. See, Tesla can actually considers anything above 3 millimeters not within spec. So remember to check your vehicle to see if it's in spec. Now moving along to the rear of the vehicle. Beautiful. Now you also want to check the spoiler to make sure that everything is good and that it's stuck on properly. Also the light from the left side to the right, and there's the performance badge right there. Now let's take a look at the right side. Taking a look all the way down here, and the right side, look how tight the gap is. Beautiful, and that's what we want to see. Beauty. I do like what I'm seeing so far from the exterior of this Model Y, and it definitely deserves a pass. Now let's move on to another Model Y. All right, so we have this black Model Y, and it's the performance. We have a lot of performances out here today, and let's take a look at those beautiful matrix LED lights. These lights are coming on all vehicles now. This black is a little bit dirty, but dirt is not what we're looking for. By the time you get your vehicle, it's going to be all prepped up, buffed, and it's going to look beautiful on delivery day. We're looking for any type of scratches. Remember, if you're getting the black, get yourself some paint protection film. It's going to protect your vehicle from swirl marks, light scratches, and even if you get in a minor accident where it's a scrape, sometimes the fact that you got PPF can prevent yourself from having to replace that bumper or fender or whatever. So I highly recommend paint protection film. Taking a look from the left side to the hood, to the bumper, on to the right side. Looking for anything that seems out of place. And over here in Canada, the performance Model Y is going to run you over $100,000 after tax. It's the price keeps on increasing, so it's probably their best seller. I'm seeing it all over the place. Okay, so that's the beautiful updated interior. Now let's see if it's flush, and it is flush. Now let's check the rear door to see if it's flush, and it is flush. Let's check here, see if it's flush, and it is flush. Over here, where we normally have ourselves a problem, let's measure the gap to see if it's above 3 millimeters. Okay, so this one is about 3.8, which isn't bad. It's definitely within spec, so I do like this current Model Y. Let's check the spoiler to see if it's flush, and it is flush. Now let's move over here on to the rear. And let's check the other end of the spoiler. Okay, good. It's nice and attached on properly. Highly recommend that you check your vehicle before accepting it. Walk around your vehicle at least 5 times after you've done a thorough check of the exterior. That's when you want to check the interior. Now moving along here, looking at the right side. Okay, beautiful. I do like the size of this gap over here. Now let's check to see, and it's going to run you about 3.9 millimeters, which isn't bad, definitely within spec. So this Model Y will also be getting a pass. So far, so good. We're 2 for 2. Now let's move on to our final Model Y. All right, so we got ourselves yet another Model Y. Is it a performance? And yes, it is. It's a black performance. This is the black with the black interior, same configuration with the one that we just seen right next to it. Now let's take a look at here on the left side. And let's see, let's check the trunk gap, let's check the bumper, everything looks good, beautiful, and that's what we want to see. Now let's check these beautiful wheels. Okay, doors nice and tight, and that's what we want to hear is a look at the interior. Now let's check the door handles to see if it's flush, and over here this is just the plastic. It comes off, so it's just a white plastic that they put as a protective coat. Okay, so one thing I want to bring to your attention is sometimes I'm finding also that if you look at the trim here, it's a different color. If you look closely, doesn't that black look darker than this black? And this is a problem that I've seen on some Model 3s, but it looks like it's the trim color is not a match. And what is it like? Can you guys tell that that's a little bit darker than that? It's not the camera angle. It's just how it's how it is. See, even at the bottom there, you can tell that this is darker than that. So definitely having a discoloration issue with our final Model Y. Now let's take a look at this gap. 3.5, beautiful. And that's what we want to see. Okay. Now let's check over here to see this gap. Okay, so it's about 4 millimeters. Not bad. Let's check the rear. Let's check over here. Both lights. Beautiful. Now let's check over here to see if it's flush, and it is flush. Beautiful. Let's check over here. Now onto the right side. Right side seems beautiful. Now let's check this gap over here. 4 millimeters. Not that bad. Check this over here. And it is flush. Let's check it. Oh, it's flush. Beautiful. Okay, so it does have that paint discoloration on that trim piece, but it is minor because it's probably easy to replace. So I will be giving this final Model Y a pass. If you're thinking about ordering a Model 3, SX, even a Cybertruck, remember on your delivery day, you make sure that you do yourself a thorough quality check. If you need a checklist, go to www.electricbuyers.com and get yourself a free checklist today. All right, so that's all I gotta say. So thank you and have a nice day.
Hey, would you like to win a Tesla Model 3? All you have to do is like, share, comment, and subscribe. And one lucky subscriber will win a Tesla Model 3.